So I think there's like a kind of I'm jealous of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's my perspective.
I think you got a point there. I mean, but you can't do nothing about like when the Drake song comes on, right? And the white dude right next to you is saying the N-word in the rap. You can't do nothing about that.
No, I don't even care.
Yeah. That's.
As long as he's not doing it and like, as long as he's not. See, I'm not even stupid enough to like slap him though. Even if he called me that to his face, like back in the day, I would have slapped him if he called me that to his face.
Right.
To my face. But like, he gonna press charges. So you mean tell me he can control me that way by saying the word? I gotta slap you. I'm just gonna say something. I'm gonna say something stereotypical to him that he think is a stereotype about him. I may say something about the bedroom. I may say anything, but I'm gonna say something back that's gonna hurt you.
The bedroom.
Yeah, stereotypes. I'm gonna just say whatever stereotype that you have, I will say it to you. If you use my stereotype against me, you just say it back. But I don't believe in like hitting nobody.
You talking about Mandingo, huh? You a Mandingo Aztec warrior?
I'm come for the the continent. You crazy youngin'?
Got by the original man on him, huh?
Yeah, you go that route on him. Because some people would like actually like lose their freedom because somebody called them a word. I'm not on that time. Like
I agree. I would jump, man. We'll jump to the next.
Ashley want to say something too.
Oh.
I have no comment in reference to any type of Mandingo or anything of that nature right now. I was debriefed that this was a family oriented show.
No, you can't family.
I'm only playing.
We'll slide into the next topic, man. We doing well with time, so we got a segment that we do pretty much every episode. We try to do it where we examine a artist, a ball player, an actor, actress,
some form of entertainer.
Yeah, some form of entertainment or just a figure. And last week we did Kobe, so this week we gotta check that out. Plug
the
infamous KOBE. But tonight we're going to examine the career of Jay-Z. So we'll pose 3 questions, and I got my man Dan in the back. You know what I mean? If he wants to come in on this one, he can as well.
You don't like Jay-Z.
It's up to him. That's why he needs to come on this one. Because I like subjective and objective opinions. But
and it was funny. Brandon told me before we got on earlier that Ashley like D-Block, so we gotta.
Wow.
We give you a virtual round of applause. I would be they don't know.
Oh God.
But I'm like, she like D-Block? And she know about them? I'm like, okay. Well, she needs to be on the show there.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
You know, most girls, like, they don't go no deeper than, like, Jay-Z.
It's surface, the surface stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's amazing that they make people like you. Y'all exist. So
I told him, you was at the Lock show in Philly, like, came through, show love.
I think we all, all of us, I think we all love music, and we've been talking about music for so long. But how they came into play, I think I've been following them. Like, they was on Bad Boy, and I hated to see them kind of leave Bad Boy, but I loved them once they got the Rough Riders, and I loved their sound. And when they broke off individually, I kind of got a better feel for them once they kind of divided. And I just been hanging with them since, like 96, whatever that was when like Money, Power, Respect was out. So, it's been a long time for them. And they're like, I'm 29, but they like 40 at least. I think they're like 40. They gotta be late 30s. They gotta be late 30s.
Yeah, late 30s.
They gotta be late 30s. So,
yeah. So, we'll roll into Jay. So, first question, as we examine Jay-Z. So, first question was his potential reached? And who wants to start with this one? I go. You with us, Armand?
I'm with you.
Yeah. All right. So potential reached. Yeah, man. I try to really be critical on these situations. Like we did Nas as well, and potential. I said no for Nas. For Jay-Z, I would say yes. Jay-Z's career. So like I knew the '90s Jay-Z. I knew Jigga. Like that's the dude who I was listening to. And Jay-Z had an interesting ladder coming up where he was he was a super underdog. Like Nas came in like rookie of the year, like you know what I mean. You the chosen one. Jay was like on the indie label, which was unheard of at the time. Rockefeller Records. Who were they? Who was this dude? His voice wasn't as powerful. He wasn't the cool dude you see now. Like he always had flavor.
So awkward.
Yeah.
So awkward.
Yeah. So he had a lot of uphill battles, man. Like if y'all remember, we know when Biggie was alive, he was like not even the top 10. You know what I mean? He was just a dude that was considered good. And then he had Nas kind of in his way. And matter of fact, even before Nas, it was DMX. Mace even had that spot for a little bit.
Love him.
So it took Jay a long time to like get in that number one spot, which he always kind of deserved. Ja Rule, you know what I mean? Like he had a lot of bouts with people, and when he could have.
I don't think Ja Rule was even in that lane. I think Ja Rule was there, but I don't think he.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say Ja, but I would definitely say X, Mace, Nas, and Biggie. All of them had that number one spot at one point that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I say potential reach, no doubt.
I think that he. It's the consistency. What's going to make you like reach your potential? It's the consistency over all the years, and then you have to be able to reinvent yourself and transcend into different things. So like, okay, I go from who are you, like you said, then I'm rapping, then I'm I'm starting my own label, and I got Dipset and I got Dame and I got State Property. And then I'm still consistent, and I'm still dropping my own stuff consistently. And I'm recognized by, what happens is I'm recognized by all people. So I got love in the hood, but people that are not African Americans vibe with me too. They know who I am. They know what I'm doing. And I've been to several Jay-Z concerts, and it's your ability, I think, to, like really transcend. Like, okay, you're transcending into business, which is great. That's probably like the ultimate potential to come from nowhere. Okay, yes, I made it in entertainment, like what I'm naturally gifted at, which is rap. But I'm also very successful in several other business ventures, which in the black community is just another level of respect. Like, okay, you rap, that's great. But it's like, I rap, but I do several other things that probably nobody thought I would ever be able to do. He's not college educated. Like, I'm just here. I just keep being myself. Like, he's the best version of himself. Like, and that's it. And that's for anybody that's highly successful, whether that's Diddy, Jay. I think they go into it like, I'm the best version of myself, and I'm going to try these different aspects and see if they work out. And for certain people, they really have. Definitely. So it's like, if your potential was to only rap, you've exceeded that by far. And when I go to his shows and I kind of like feel the vibe and I see the people that are there and they don't all look like me, I kind of just see how you transcend amongst all people and not just people in the hood or not just black people per se. And I think that kind of adds on to your level of success and your ability to be in different circles. Like, okay, I might go and I might be with Jeezy, but I might go and I might be with like other CEOs and Fall Out Boy and what's the other group that he Coldplay and other people.
Tidal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Like, okay, Apple, that's great. Y'all got Apple Music and Spotify and all these other people. But I'm gonna give this a try. And like you said, and like he even said himself when he did the B-side concert, everybody was kind of like, oh, Jay-Z got music streaming, like, oh, it's gonna be whack, nobody's gonna sign up. it took like a couple months, and it's like popping now. But at first, people was naysaying. It was naysayers at first. So I think he's just exceeded his own potential of what he intended on doing.
I guess this question for him is like kind of a joke. But Armand, what you got on that, bro?
Yeah, you already know. He definitely reached his potential, and I think he strategically forced his way into those spots because like 95, he was around, but he wasn't around.
He wasn't the man.
He wasn't around. He was just like he was there. We were like, okay, dude may be nice, but you didn't pay him no mind because there was so much other stuff out with Big Nas, and you had Mobb Deep, you had Wu-Tang, so it was like he was there, but he kind of strategically carved his name in the stars by being with Big. First of all, he owed Big a lot because I always say that when Big died, he automatically got Big fans. To commemorate Big, you stayed around Jay-Z because he knew that was his young boy. So you kind of automatically showed him love. And then
Jay's actually older than Big too. That's the crazy.
Crazy, right? Yeah. So he would pit Nas in his music and say he compared his best rappers, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. He put himself in that category where you had to start talking about him and those guys in the same sentence. And and then he was putting out quality music. I was like a little bit of a hater back then, or I wasn't like recognizing how good he was because I was part of the Queensbridge militia, so I was like strictly Nas, Mobb Deep, Nature, AZ. So when people brought up Jay-Z, it was like, yeah, he all right, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't rocking with the Bridge. So it was like always a constant comparison, and I appreciate it more, or appreciate his music more now than I did when I was growing up. So I really think he really reached beyond his potential because he never conformed to the status quo. Every lane where he got in, he did it his way. Like he set a trend.
Yeah, he has a song that called "I Did It My Way."
Yeah. Yep. He did another trend. He shut it down. Another trend. He shut it down. He was always basically recreating trends and doing stuff the way he wanted to do it. And you can still see how he is now.
But he's like a master storyteller. Like really, I think when he really kind of like got over the hump, like of course like Reasonable Doubt is a classic now. That was good in Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. I think in 2000 when he had the Dynasty, he kind of just like, at least that's when I felt like, okay, like this is just like all before that. I love Hard Knock Life. I love Big Pimpin'. I love all the hits that came on the albums. But once I really listened to him, like top to bottom, and Volume 2 is really good. That's one of my favorite. I think the Dynasty kind of just like shifted him. Then when he started the Blueprints, that series, he was just going uphill, like ever since. And like some of the albums in between, people hear their faves and least faves, and like, oh, that's wet compared to this. But I think that's like, it was a little bit of a turning point, at least for me, listening to his music.
Yeah, I'll let Dan. Let Dan get on this one. Feel free, brother. So the question is potential reach, man.
I think Jay reached his potential. I agree with you, Armand. He kind of like bullied his way in. I'm gonna say, for instance, when he was on a track with DMX, Ja Rule, and what's the other guy? DMX, Ja Rule,
Mike Geronimo.
It was a video.
Was it on Volume 2?
It was on Hard Knock Life.
With the Rough Ride, Reservoir Dogs.
No, the Locks is on there.
It was a song that they did. It was a video. It was actually a video, and it was four guys, but they was all there, and that's when Jay-Z kind of like set his platform when it was all there. And I think DMX just came out. Ja Rule was already out, and the other artists that was with him. They was all there, but they was all there. Matter of fact, it was Jay-Z album. It was off a Jay-Z song.
Volume 2?
Yes, Volume 2. Now, if you remember, before that, Jay-Z was not relevant in any conversation as far as rap is concerned. He had albums. He had to come out with one album twice just to go platinum. So I'm not a hater. I'm just a realist. So he kind of bullied his way in, like you said. He included himself in. He used a lot of Biggie lines